I am sworn to the Queen of Spiders. I have vowed to do anything to reach the highest favor of my goddess, and I desire the kiss of Lolth. But I have vowed to never love. How can I achieve her embrace without accepting his? Previously on Vyper.
It's not what it looks like, I swear.
What he really is, a vampire.
Holy elf, under elf.
Damnable roach! Lay tight, Nissa.
Today, we'll be diving headfirst into more juicy lore. We're here continuing our journey into the twisted culture of the Lolth-sworn drow. The challenge rules are simple. If a Lolth-sworn cleric option pops up, we pick it. If not, we must select Lolth-sworn, drow, or cleric. The hardest part? Many cleric options are in good alignment, but we are not. Can we keep true to our challenge without losing the favor of our dark goddess? Remember from previous episodes, Vyper wants the kiss of Lolth, aka vampirism. It would bring her closer to her goddess. However, she also isn't allowed to experience love because that's a taboo among her ranks. Since becoming a cleric, she's no longer a low-born Lolthite, one of the people who have more freedom and emotions in their lifestyle. However, she would have been raised that way until Lolth blessed her with her favor, bringing her into the fold of the acolytes. So now, it's a challenge for her, a pull between her heart and her previous nature against her devotion to her goddess.
Good morning. How do you feel?
I'm fine. Just a little woozy.
It'll pass. Just be glad I'm not a true vampire. A bite from them and you might wake up as a vampire spawn, like my good self. All of a vampire's hunger, but few of their powers.
So is that how you can walk in the sun, because you're not a true vampire?
Oh no. I should be cinders in this light. I hadn't seen the sun for 200 years before we crashed here. Someone, or something, wants me alive. They've changed the rules. Standing in the sun, wading through a river, wandering into homes without an invitation. They're all perfectly mundane activities now. As for my other quirks, well, we can figure those out in time.
If I can help, just ask. We're in this together. And my seduction to earn the kiss begins.
Oh, you're such a sweetheart. I'm just glad you're being sensible about these revelations. I was worried people might turn up with torches and pitchforks. Although there's still time.
So we're traveling with a vampire, are we? Of course we are. Word of warning, Astarion. I taste absolutely awful.
I'd just better not wake in the night to find fangs at my throat.
As a Lolthite, I'm protecting my Spider Queen's meal ticket. I'm always going to choose him, at least until I get that gift. If you don't like it, you can leave.
I wouldn't recommend it. I won't get you, but the Mind Flayers might.
Maybe we could get him to wear a bell. Dissuade any nighttime prowling.
There now. We're all friends again. Shall we go? There's a long day ahead of us.
Hells! We can't just leave. They're kin!
I'll not gamble our lives, our futures, on people who are as good as dead. We must leave for Baldur's Gate at once.
Can we all just take a moment, please?
What's the point in blades and spells if we don't bloody use them? We should stay! These people aren't fighters. We can help!
Or yell louder. That's fine too.
Why die for those who can't defend themselves?
Exactly. Hear that, Leah? We're not helping anyone if we're corpses.
Fine. Let's sneak away like God's damned cowards. But if something happens to these people, it's on us. I hope you know that.
It makes perfect sense here for Vyper to dismiss the weak. Lolthites are a people who snuff out their own weakness, often through assassinations and blood sacrifice. A Lolthite wouldn't lower themselves to protect others, unless taking the action of heroics would benefit them. For example, if killing a specific fiend would appease Lolth because that fiend was a heretic, A Lothite would do so even if that resulted in them saving the weak. Or, more commonly, if there was a reward of value for their action. For example, saving someone like your companion, when a companion offers you a rise in power, position, or even an ability that would bring you closer to Lolth. As well, even in the coming of age, drow are known for calling the weak. I have searched to high effing heavens for the screenshot of this comment and I cannot find it. But a commenter asked a question related to the blooding, and I noted that I hadn't thought about my own blooding for the character creation. The blooding is a coming-of-age ritual in which maturing or mature drow must hunt down and kill intelligent and dangerous creatures from the surface. According to The Rite of Blood, a short story in The Beasts of the Realms, which is another fictional tale by R.A. Salvatore. Much of the time the ritual was fulfilled during surface raids, and the preferred target was surface elves. So, in the comments, let me know, what intelligent and dangerous creature do you think Vyper should have killed for her own bloodletting?
Mordai's eyes. Another one. My friend's blood not enough. Come to rip me open too.
In Kresh Kalir, a formal greeting begins with a bow.
Is this monster with you?
Give the tiefling a menacing glare.
Lower.
On your knees. She won't say it again.
You saw another gith. Where?
On the road to Baldur's Gate, near the mountain pass. Saw us before we saw it. Jammed its blade through Yul's belly. Straight to the other side.
No twisting. Kin must have been in a hurry. The map. Show me. Up. You can keep your innards.
Oh, you're not going to eviscerate him? I was hoping for a show.
Cool your blood. I'll indulge you soon enough. The locals prove compliant. A useful trait.
I warned you, didn't I? You ought to reconsider keeping her around before she causes real trouble.
You're a dab hand at interrogations. We might need that skill again.
A shell so thin requires little to crack it. The tiefling was clear. If there are Githyanki west of here, that must be our objective. Purification cannot wait.
Honestly, Lizelle was an absolute kitten compared to what Vyper would have done if she was interrogating someone. As noted in Lord of Darkness, drow are known, feared, and hated for their cruelty. So to be honest, I think Leviatar could learn a thing or two from Vyper and the way she'd interrogate a heretic of her goddess.
You! Saw you fighting those slimy bastards. Fancy a bowl? Best to fill your belly now, while we still can.
This sloth is beneath me.
See how you feel when your pack is empty. It'll be this or a handful of weeds. We'll need every bit of strength to make it to Baldur's Gate. Trust me.
100%. Vyper would not settle for a bubbling goo of a stew with God knows what's in it. She might not have come from a high noble house like Minthara, but she was raised in the faith, experiencing luxuries in a life not afforded to others in her station, because she was given Lolth's favor. So, about you biting me.
I've already apologized. What more do you want? Unless you're looking for another nibble.
Maybe later?
Maybe. But there won't be any more midnight surprises. I can promise you that.
Keep in mind, despite the Lothites aren't supposed to love, they're allowed to have lots of spicy times. Astarion's seduction would work on her. You're going to need the Wayback Machine for this one, because we're going to the original Wizards website. According to the section on Drow social relationships by Sean K. Reynolds, to paraphrase, despite being second class, drow men were still desired by women. Often, they were desired by multiple women. And Although that might sound fun for some of my male viewers, it wasn't. The Luzi noblewoman might choose to flay a man alive and leave him in her rival's bedchambers. If noblewomen were to grow bored of your, spicy talents, she was unlikely to just stop sleeping with you. She was more likely to slaughter you for Lolth and then continue on with her life. Unless you were the heir or the spare of a high-ranking house, and honestly, even then that might not have mattered, your life could be forfeit by a lover. However, that said, drow men wanted exactly that. For a man, one of the best ways to gain Lolth's favor, and this could include people who were born of a low-born status, however, a lot of them became soldiers instead and stayed equal. The best way was to manipulate and seduce yourself into the grace of a powerful noblewoman. To quote from the site, the best normal romantic relationship between two drow was similar to one between a spoiled brat and her well-trained obedient dog, with the owner having the right to put the dog down for any reason. So, to pursue Astarion for our own pleasure and our own power, that's true to Lothite society. As well, him seducing us would be too. But boy, oh boy, if Vyper sends him, she is going to have one hell of a rude awakening.
Let my daughter go right now!
She's a thief, hellspawn, and you will wait for Korga's judgment. Now get back!
Oh, let me through, Mragrasham, or I'll rip your damn throat out!
Calm, Magrin. Give her a chance. You, step back. We'll not tolerate drow in here.
If it weren't for me, you'd be overrun by goblins by now. I will go where I please.
Keep back. Force my hand and I'll show you its claws.
A moment, Giona.
What? Why would she allow one of them? I suppose so. You. Apparently Korga wants to see you. Go ahead. But a word of warning. One wrong move and every single animal here will tear you apart.
This is such a drow thing to say. If the drow were a meme, we would be that cat flipping you off with both hands that says, do what I want, which is kind of my real life motto.
Please. I'm sorry.
This is madness, Korga. She's just
A what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil. And I will cast out every stranger.
Thief? Poison? What's this girl's actual crime?
Girl? You mean parasite? She eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Come, Korga. We took back the idol. Surely...
Do it.
So let's read Kaga's mind, because she's being weird, even to a Lothite who's vicious.
Halsin is gone. I am first Druid now. I will take control and prove my authority.
You've proven your authority. Now prove your mercy.
Fair words. Child, take to the others word of my grace. Sifisif, Tila, to me.
It hurts.
Thank you, Korga. Master Halsin...
Halsin isn't here. Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
Keep in mind, I'm not doing this for Arabella. Lothites are strategists. Zevlor implied that Halsin could save us. So it's best if we play along until we can achieve our goal. Not shedding blood in this moment, it'll benefit us more than washing our hands of the conflict completely.
A deep elf. In our grove, on this day. A sign. Or rather, a gift. Who better to understand a watchful broodmother than a beloved child of Lolth?
You protected your own without hesitation. My compliments.
And yet you petitioned on the thief's behalf. A curious display of mercy.
Kaga is caught on my passive plot. She doesn't know why, but she knows I'm up to something.
A viper bears her fangs defending her brood. Is it not her nature to strike at invaders? I took back the idol of Sylvanus, and the rite has resumed. We will seal the grove, free from harm, free of intruders.
This rite must be born of powerful magic.
The rite of thorns. It is the Tree Father's gift that none come to harm. When we speak the final prayer, the great vine will sprout forth. The grove will be cloaked in bramble and thorn. No one enters, no one leaves. Sanctuary. None of this can happen while outlanders infect us. Sylvanus demands that we choke them out.
Do what you want. It's not of my concern.
So you say, yet the child walks free. You showed great mettle at the gate. The mettle of a skilled sword for hire. I want you to provide your services to Zevlor. Offer to guide the Outlanders out of the grove. I'm sure they'll reward you well. They're to be gone before final prayer. If they are not, the Vyper must strike.
I just need to find Halsin, that's all.
You will do more than speak. This tale ends but one way. With the Outlander rot cleansed, and the grove forever shrouded.
I heard what happened. Thank you for protecting the child. If the Druids are this far gone, then it's not just goblins we have to fear. So we can risk violence here, or face it for certain on the road. Quite the choice, isn't it?
Can you delay the ritual?
You saw what they were willing to do to a child just for trying. It's Korga's influence. Without her twisting things, I believe the Druids might see sense.
Then why don't you get rid of her?
A low thought. But I'd be lying if I said I hadn't considered it. But the Druids would slaughter us. We'd have to get close to Korga, within striking distance. I can't manage that. But they've already let you pass once.
Let's get something more from this. What's it worth to you?
To get these people to Baldur's Gate? I'm still hoping Korga can be swayed from this madness. But if not, leaders need to make tough decisions. We do what we must.
Vyper, she'd like Kaga's style. But at the same time, she'd also encourage infighting and power plays, because that's just how her society functions. We're gonna long rest one more time before finishing Kaga's questline. This moment, back in August 2023, opening week, this is when I fell in love with Astarion. Albeit, I'd like to think that I wouldn't have come across as trying too hard like he is, but I'm pretty sure IRL I have like a charisma stat of 3.
It's quite a sight. The stars, I mean. I could take or leave your chin.
You seem more relaxed.
I am. I've been thinking, reflecting on what tomorrow might bring. When we find the Druid, will he know how to bring the worm under control? Will this little adventure of ours be over?
What? Will you miss me?
Why not? You've been to the Hells and back, survived the crash, survived everything that's followed. I'm not easily impressed by people, but you're stronger than I gave you credit for.
True. I am pretty impressive.
Aren't you just?
Are you feeling all right?
Oh, I was leagues away. I just need to get some air, clear my head. I'll see you later, I'm sure. Sleep tight.
Next time on Vyper.
Darling, I was just thinking about you.
A fey creature known for its bloodlust.
I could feel it. as I was getting lost in your neck.
Corga, burn the tainted away.
Don't I? You're here. And I don't think you want to talk.
Then down came the claw. And that, love, was that.
And now you're all mine. And I'm all yours. Until morning, at least.